Super Meat Boy is still $10 right now for another.
No, it was over November 20, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. You guys can't get Meat Boy for $10. But you can talk about me playing Meat Boy for $10, which I finally beat Super Meat Boy. Did you beat it, Tregonis?
No.
Oh, did you beat it, Brad?
I still got Mochi wasn't him though.
Don't even ask me. I know. You looked in the
So I finished Super Meat Boy. Hooray!
Did you equip your Meat Boy?
I twittered as I was playing the last world. Once I beat Super Meat Boy, I'm never touching this game again. And then I beat it.
Did you play it to internets?
I didn't get to the internets. I got to Cotton.
Did he really beat Super Meat Boy?
Cotton Candy Lane. I can't stand that game. Like,
What?
I can't stand the game as in,
How
like...
do you finish games that you can't stand? I don't understand this.
I can't...
really don't.
Because it's so, like... I'm like, okay, I literally just gotta put, like, 1 hour into this game and I'll beat it. That's all I have to do. And then I can be done with it forever. Never have to worry about it again.
It's like
I beat the game,
chore.
and you know what happened is immediately after I beat the game? It's like, well... It's like, here's another world. And I was like...
But you already beat the game.
Well, I was like, I guess I could play this world. It's like Cotton
What do you-
Lane or
wait,
something
what
like
do you-
that. You play as Bandage Girl, and you're running through this like happy little pink world. Except as soon as you step in this happy, fluffy pink world, there's like buzzsaws everywhere, and you take one step and you die. And I was playing the first level, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm probably good. There's part of me who wants to finish, like, go through all of Super Meat Boy and unlock everything and get every single bandage.
So you had to like it to a degree.
No, I love a majority of the game. Maybe the first 2/3 of the game. 2/3 of the basic storyline stuff.
You said because it gets harder?
Storyline stuff?
It gets harder, yes, but it gets harder in a way that I don't like. It gets harder in the way that, like, hey, you gotta jump. You have, like, this itty-bitty tiny, like, path. My biggest problem with Meat Boy is that it's so picky about every little damn thing. Mm-hmm. It's like every little jump is like this picky little jump. It's like if you jump a split second too early, split second too late, split second too high, split second too
PSP.
too low. It's just like there's so many ways to fuck up just one jump.
But it reloads so fast that...
And you know what you're supposed to do. You know where you're supposed to make the jump. It'd be different if it was really ambiguous and you didn't know which path to take, but it's always pretty obvious.
No,
That is true.
No, I know, but it's so damn picky. And you know why it's picky, right? Because you're one little tiny, like... If you take the size of Meat Boy compared to the size of the screen, he's like 1/1000th of the size. Easily.
Okay.
And that's the problem, is because you're jumping on platforms that are that big on the screen. And there's just so much area for you to, like, miss.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if you're trying to throw a, try to think of it as throwing a quarter into, like, you're throwing a quarter into, like, a drink slot. Like, you're trying to go buy a drink from a can. You know what I'm saying?
What if
that
you had
could take
direct
hours.
control over
Exactly. That's my whole point. So why do I want to do that?
To feel like a boss, dude.
I will say a majority of the platforming doesn't, like, devolve into that. Like that's actually pretty rare.
But when you're still making like elementary mistakes later on in the game, like next to last level, you're still missing basic, like, let me jump from this platform and land on this tiny little platform. It gets really frustrating.
That's a sign. I mean,
it's not a bad design. It's designed really well in the sense that they meticulously went in there and, like, looked at every single jump and said, you know what? If we just put one little curve here so that when he jumps, he hits his head on it, that'll totally fuck his timing up, and he'll have to watch him. He'll
need to play him plus.
He'll have to, like, watch himself every time he makes this jump. You know, there's so many little things. It's like, oh, you got to jump and squeeze. You got to time your jump perfectly so you squeeze right in this little hole. And I love the intricacies of the platforming. Like, you have to jump from around the outside and come back in and jump. You know, like, I love that stuff about it. I just hate the fact that, you're still making very simple mistakes late game.
Well, speaking of platformers, you know who's much larger than just a little thing of meat? Donkey and Diddy.
Okay, so moving on from Meat Boy.
Yeah, that was already a smooth transition. So how's Donkey Kong? Is it on like Donkey Kong, David?
You can't say that.
Yeah.
No,
Nintendo.
I got an email that said it was on.
So, is this because you specifically really like Meat Boy and you think I'm shitting on the game again, or this is Vanquish all over, or what?
No, it's because it's Meat Boy. We talked about it a bunch. We got a shit ton of games to talk about. Nick's got a deadline.
Yeah, but we don't have any news, and we don't.
No, we have
we got
news.
news.
We got news.
I know that this.
read
I
my
noticed your
news.
4-player minute's pretty empty there, Nick.
Is there a summation for Meat Boy?